How are you guys doing right now? Did you feel the energy of this weekend? It I'm still feeling it. It's incredibly electrifying, activating, confrontational, and really intense. Like, I know it's not just me. I know I'm going through my own personal Pluto placements or Pluto aspects. But I really do feel just the change, and just like it feels just so confrontational is the word that is coming to mind right now. And like, I don't even want to sit at my desk right now. I'm having so much resistance to the way in which I've been doing things for probably, I think it's been about 7 years. And so this is a little bit different than how I've been delivering the cosmic climate. I'm having resistance to cosmic climate. Like, everything is just just doesn't make any sense. And so I just want to share really briefly of what I've been feeling, what I've been sensing with the energy, and just the shifts that we're within right now. And so over the weekend, as I shared here on a previous video, I had experienced just like this profound realization of like, I don't know who I am. And at the same time, I actually know who I am. But I'm in the in-between. And I feel like I've been in the in-between for a long time. However, I know that I'm right at the end. I'm about to close the door behind me, and I'm like looking back and just taking a moment to breathe and collect everything that has happened, for my entire life, it feels. And I also, it's like analogous to when you hear people say that when they die, like their whole life flashes before their eyes. This is where I'm at. And it's like I'm at a crossroads. I'm at a checkpoint, right? A choice point. That's what I'm looking for, where I can choose the past, which obviously I'm not choosing the past habits and actions, or I can move forward. And so I know so many of you are feeling this. I got so much incredible feedback on the video I shared, and I had a few people reach out to me about the energetic shifts this weekend. And so I want to talk about that. What we are moving towards as I'm recording this on July 6th, about 9:45 p.m. Eastern Time. We are soon to, as a collective, we're soon to experience the shift of Uranus moving into Gemini on July 7th. This is ending a 7-year cycle and beginning a new 7-year cycle. So we have 777. And I love the vibration of 7, as it is very mystical, auspicious. There is like a deep spiritual like lesson and teaching and pathway with the number 7. There's just like, 7's almost like there's this oddity to it, right? It doesn't easily break down. It's just not symmetric, but it's so magical and mystical. And you can't make it up. I'm like speechless. Like, I don't even know what to say next. But what I'm going for or towards is that Uranus is moving into Gemini, and this is beginning a new cycle that's focused or centered around this like activated consciousness, this liberation within our mind, within our perspectives, within our thoughts, within our beliefs, within the way we communicate, within the way we share and exchange energy, right? And so that feels so profound right now. And what really resonated with me is that someone reached out to me about the Schumann resonance fluctuations, and I looked into it. I did have to look into it because I've been like, I know what's going on astrologically, but I've been really swept away by my own experience with what's going on personally and obviously energetically in the collective. Like, this is such a profound time to be alive. I know a lot of you are hearing that. I know sometimes it can get redundant, but it really is. And I was also reminded by someone that I chose to be alive, to be present during this time. And I'm meant to be here. There's something that I'm meant to do. There is some greater purpose of being here right now, especially as a spiritual guide, as an astrologer, as an intuitive. I have really important work to do. And so while I feel lost, while I may feel that, like, sometimes I question my purpose, now I don't question my purpose as much. I'm just a little bit impatient with the in-between, and I'm like, I know what I want to do, and I know what I'm meant to do. I know my purpose, and so I'm just ready to, like, blow down all the roadblocks. And so when I looked into the Schumann resonance, there scientifically, so I look at the Heart Math Global Coherence Institute, and there's another, I can't remember the name off the top of my head, but there's another scientific monitoring system that monitors the Schumann resonance, which is the vibration of the earth, essentially. And the fluctuation happens when there are certain energetic particles, I guess you can say, between earth and our ionosphere. I'm still learning this. This is all kind of new to me. But when there are fluctuations within that is spiritually perceived to be a time where earth is experiencing energetic shifts, like maybe earth is healing, or maybe there is some sort of activation or a clearing. And of course, us as inhabitants of this beautiful planet experience that as well. And so when it comes to the scientific monitoring system, nothing, happened. Everything is, it's in equilibrium. Now it's still fluxing and moving, but it's not as profound of fluctuations for what they're monitoring for, right? And so right now it's considered to be in equilibrium. However, when it came to the metaphysical sources, it was a little bit different. And I've had people reaching out. Yesterday, I literally spent pretty much the half day crying. And it was like grieving, but also like liberation, like liberated tears. Like, I know I was clearing myself. It was a cleansing. And the past 3 days I've been feeling this energy. And so what I'll say is, do not feel that you have to look to external sources to validate what you're feeling internally. If you are up all night, if you feel the energetic shifts in your body, if your emotions are all over the place, or you just feel off, you feel that you're having an energetic clearing and experience, honor that and respect your intuition and respect your body's messages, as that is what matters most. It doesn't matter you don't need to have someone else validate. Not saying, obviously reaching out to people that you trust is important and that's supportive to you. But when it comes to the science didn't say it. Okay, so what? But you felt something. And I will say, here in the United States, it has been a very activating period, right? It's been a very confrontational period with what's been going on in the political sphere. And there's a lot of fear. There's a lot of energy. Like, my dreams, I've been really experiencing crazy dreams regarding the collective unconscious, right? And so there is a lot of energy in the field, and Earth feels that. So while it might not pick up on the monitoring systems, there's definitely something more subtle going on, more internal, right? So honor your intuition, honor your inner guidance with that. And you really can't make this up, right? I feel that what I'm sensing for myself and for the collective, with this resonance fluctuation, with the activations and just feeling off, feeling activated, feeling restless, feeling stimulated, it definitely feels like the pressure building of this transition of Uranus into Gemini, right? Like, we're feeling that shift, that transition. And, this is a marker in time as far as when, Uranus enters Gemini. Nothing's exact and set in stone, right? So energetically, it feels like Uranus is already in Gemini, right? Again, so honor that. And I'll share more about what Uranus and Gemini may mean for us and how we can navigate that energy. I will say one of the things you can do right now is reflect to 2018. So think back to 2018 until now, right? So the last 7 years, and what were the dominant themes that have come up for you, specifically in reference to breaking free of old patterns, of like feeling or tapping into liberation or innovation, and what has been honestly in fluctuation within your life. Because Uranus does bring, it does tend to destabilize your life in some ways when it's, catalyzed or activated, or, there's aspect or connections being made between Uranus and other planets, or placements within your own birth chart. And so think about, since 2018, if you could maybe pick or pinpoint 3 things in your life, 3 areas of life, or maybe 3 topics or just circumstances that have seen kind of like, in fluctuation, especially when it comes to patterns, right? Breaking free of patterns, or where you might feel stuck, what's been keeping you limited, right? It could be relationships, it could be resources, it could be your own mental processing, it could be your identity. What is it that has been kind of like in fluctuation and there's been tension? And so like from 2018 to now, 2025. And more than likely that is relative to the Uranus and Taurus transit. Now, if you are aware of your birth chart, then you can, identify where Taurus is in your chart. And then that life topic is really, really important. And that's experiencing closure right now. And so now with Uranus moving into Gemini, this is the opportunity to begin to consider or just contemplate on your communication, your thought patterns, your ideas, maybe look into your birth chart of where Gemini resides and what area of life that will be influenced by, and taking that into consideration. So the themes of Uranus and Gemini, I'll just say very quickly, is mental stimulation and electricity, brilliant insights, ideas coming through ongoing. There will definitely be enhancements with AI. So, if you think AI is a big deal now, Uranus in Gemini and Pluto in Aquarius, that's going to be a really big deal when it comes to AI, because Gemini and Aquarius are in harmony with one another. They're both air signs. They're in a harmonious relationship, and they are so beneficial to one another. And Pluto is about transformation, also some elements of liberation. And Uranus is all about shocking the system, liberation, setting free, innovating. And so honestly, that's what AI has been doing. It's been really liberating us from our daily constraints. I know some people will argue against that, but it is a very innovative tool, and we can use it in the way that will be supportive for us, that will help us to move beyond the limitations of our physical reality, of the day-to-day grind, so that we can all be in our purpose and live our lives, right? And so you might also experience disruption in routine, communication, and thought patterns. And then also the most important thing when it comes to, you could say, like the shadow aspect of Uranus and Gemini, there is a tendency to have strong sensitivity within your nervous system. So really beginning to implement supportive routines to really help your nervous system, to nourish that and balance that and keep that at peace. So, that is what I wanted to share in this message. I am taking it day by day and showing up when I feel inspired. But thank you, everyone, for your support. I really appreciate it. And I will be back to share more insights with you all and energetic updates very soon. Take care.